If cooler temps and gray skies are getting you down, this is going to cheer you up. The Happy Place installation was a hit in LA and Chicago, and now it's here.
Winter can leave me feeling gloomy, so I've come to the Happy Place to raise my spirits. Whee! This room would be perfect if we had smell-o-vision. Tracy, it smells like your favorite, chocolate chip cookies. And guess what? You can also take a picture here. And finish it off with a little chocolate chip cookie. My favorite, mirrors. How's my leg? How about now? Now? There are more than 10 interactive exhibits like this one, the Upside Down Room, where you can swing from the chandelier or dance on the ceiling. In this room, there are more than 40,000 flowers, sure to boost anybody's mood. Now don't worry if you have allergies, they're all artificial. Now this room marries two of my favorite things, candy and shoes. Too bad they don't come in my size. No. Oh. I can't do this. 1, 2, 3.
Looks like fun, Shai. You've got some tips to help create a bit of a happy place in your own home.
Yes.
Right? So this time of year, you might be feeling the effects as not enough light, and it might be cold. You might be in a cold climate. So let's talk about what you might want to do. You say one thing you can do is create a neutral backdrop.
Yes, 100%. So a neutral backdrop is really important. And right away, people think, color, that's what's going to make me happy.
Yes.
But color theory is really important to understand if you are going to use color, because red, for example, seems like a happy color.
Yes.
But it actually makes people feel angry or hungry, which is interesting. Yeah. So people put that in a dining room oftentimes or in a kitchen because it makes your appetite actually feel more appetite. So
okay.
Yes.
So neutral might be better for your mental health?
Neutral is a better way to start with.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bring in nature. I can see why this would be so important.
Right, because especially if you're living in the colder climates, then winter is so gloomy, so dreary. So bringing in nature with the plants or the foes for you and I, right? But in other ways as well. So stone. So stone is really important.
Right. Yeah.
The beautiful materials in the furniture. So like the wicker or the rattan.
Yep.
You see the wood base here on the table over here. So it has that teak feel to it. So it's not only about the obvious ways to bring in nature, but also the ways that might not be as obvious but work well in your decor.
Okay, all those beautiful stones and woods and plants. Let's talk about using the power of symmetry and balance as well. For some reason, it's very calming for the soul, isn't it?
It is, and that's the interesting thing. So many people say to me, we'll walk into a room with a client and they'll be like, something about this room is off and I don't know what it is.
Yes.
And it's 99% of the time, it's either the symmetry or balance. So what's the difference? So we've set it up here. As you see, there's 4 chairs in this display, but they're obviously not exactly the same. If I had these 2 chairs here and those 2 chairs there, the room would be symmetrical because it's exactly the same. It's a mirror image of. But when we talk about balance in interior design or visual balance, it's the weight in which the pieces feel in the space. So those 2 pieces feel weighted same or similar to these 2 pieces here. So it seems balanced to me without it being symmetrical. And that right away feels better.
Okay, that's a good point. Ditching the clutter will be very good for your mental health.
Yes.
We all need to do that.
Whether you have like a junk drawer where you can hide stuff in, or, I mean, I'm that person that when company comes over, you always gotta rush and
shove
put
it
stuff
all behind the door.
And don't you just feel better? Even though it's behind the door, it's just like, that feels better, right?
Yes.
You feel happy.
Hide it.
100%. So ditch the clutter. If you can do it in the real way and actually clean your house, then great. but if not, then, hide it. Hide it. It makes you feel better.
Now, adding pops of color makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. So we spoke about the neutral backdrop being kind of the key, but pops of colors are great. We started with these great pieces by Dan Brambilla, and the topic in them is actually, there's the water, and then of course a mountain view. They're very calming and they make me happy, but imagine these in a gray or in a black, they wouldn't have the same happy effect that the colorways do here. So absolutely add it in the accessories, the pillows, the things that you put on your coffee tables. ways in that are easy to change if you want to change it up in the future, but not so there in my face that you might get sick of it after a while.
Now, what about blue light?
So blue light is really, well, light in general is really important. So lighting is super important in a room because there's nothing worse than being in any room and it's very dark. But blue light, especially like this one here, you turn this on and this is actually a mood booster. So what this light actually does is it energizes you, as if someone like me needs more energy. I'd be crazy running around the house. but this is great for the winter months. So you know, when you're feeling a little bit gloomy, a little bit gray, this actually physiologically boosts your energy in the house.
A lot of people have dips seasonally, right? So we've heard from many sources that it's a good way to make you feel a little bit happy.